So welcome to my kitchen. This is Cooking Today. Hi, welcome to Cooking Today. I love it that you join me here every day. I appreciate it a lot. Today you're going to be so glad you're here. We have got the most fun Halloween treat today. There are so many great things about this recipe that I'm about to tell you about that I may just have to stretch it out. I could probably tell you 4 or 5 fun things. Let me tell you what it is first. Ready? We are making Halloween candy bar Rice Krispie treats. These are not just any Rice Krispie treat. They are double-decker Rice Krispie treats with Mars Halloween candy, like chocolatey candy bars, all in the center. Like right down the middle. Can you even believe how good that sounds? I made these this weekend for my family, and my husband had a fit. He absolutely loved them, said that they were the best Rice Krispie he'd ever had. I don't know, we'll see, right? You're gonna have to try it at home. There is not a lot that's special about the Rice Krispie treat part, so we're just gonna go super old school classic on these. And it's so fun because you can totally make these with your kids. Don't you love to have a little something that you can do with your kids at home, especially when we're talking about Halloween coming around? And I'm going to share with you how you can make these and share them and give them and boo them as a little surprise gift when we're coming up. Let's get going on our Rice Krispie treats, okay? We are not reinventing the wheel. There's really only one good way to do it, and we're going to do it the way we know. But because we're doing a double batch, we're not going to follow a classic recipe on the back that says 3 tablespoons of butter and a certain number of Rice Krispies and a certain number of marshmallows. We are just going to split a stick of butter right down the middle, 4 tablespoons. And here's our other tablespoon, set of tablespoons. We're going to just eyeball this. Ready? Watch how fancy this is. See the bag? We're going to pinch it off right about in the middle and use half. Then we're going to eyeball this and use half because we're going to make 2 recipes for Rice Krispie treats, so we're just going to half everything, and it just makes it really easy. Isn't that easy? Okay, so over low heat in a big pot, I have got my half a stick of butter, 4 tablespoons, melting, and I'm just going to eyeball my marshmallows and dump them in. Yep, that's about right. And then we're just going to save these for our second batch, okay? And then, you know, with these, there's this fine line between melting them, not melting them at all, and burning them. So you really kind of want to watch them. And I've got my good heavy bottomed pot here so that they won't scald. And I'm just going to let the heat get going on them a little bit. Right there. Now, I'll tell you one of my little secrets to my Rice Krispie treats is just the smallest splash of vanilla. I love vanilla, always have. It's my favorite bite or smell, like that little waft of vanilla when we're making a cake mix or a filling of something, or, ooh, I can hear them, brownies. I love to add it to my brownies. And so I'm going to give these a stir, stir, stir. They're starting to get going. And then I'm just going to do the littlest splash of vanilla while it's cooking in. Not much. Probably like if you were to measure, I mean, if you need a measurement, I'd say maybe just a half teaspoon of that. And of course, I'm using my good Unimaze vanilla that has all kinds of good beans in it. And oh, it already smells so good. So, stir, stir, stir. I have gone to the trouble before, if you feel like this is a little bit of a headache because you know it'll stick to your pot. I know there are some people who will actually get in their pot before they make the Rice Krispie treats and take their stick of butter and just kind of go around the whole kind of rims and around the outsides. We'll just kind of help to grease it a little bit so that everything doesn't stick. I just really don't even mind it because you know what that means to me? It means that I get to take a scraper and all the stuff that doesn't come out, I scrape it and eat it. Don't you love that part? It is easily the most exhilarating part of making Rice Krispie treats is when you dump what you can, but you oops, it sticks to the inside of your pot. and you go around right there. Oh, it's so delicious. Okay, look at this. So we've just melted our butter, a little vanilla, and our marshmallows. And we are almost done there. And then all I'm going to do is take my, let's see, I'll just take this. That's not too heavy. And we're going to move it over here. And then, like I told you, all we're going to do is eyeball about half of our Rice Krispies and dump them in and stir them up. Now, what you're going to need is a pretty squared off pan for these, because we're going to do something really fun and unexpected at the end. And so let me show you my pan before we go any further. I just have a good, actually it's not even good, it's old. This is an old, fun, enameled pan I found at a flea market that's got good up and down sides. And it's pretty deep because we're double deckering these. You're not going to believe how tall and fun they are. So I've got that going. My marshmallows are melted. When we come back, we're going to stir these in and keep going on our fun candy bar Rice Krispie treats. This is Cooking Today.
Cooking Today, sponsored by West Rock Coffee Company.
Hi, welcome back. We're making really, really fun Halloween candy Rice Krispie treats. And it's with our Mars candies. We're using specifically little baby Snickers, little baby Twix, and little baby Milky Ways, all with a little bit of like chocolate and caramel. And gosh, those Twix bars have that cookie crisp in the middle. I mean, really, really good. So here's what I've done. We're gonna make a double batch of these double-decker Rice Krispie treats, okay? Oop, I may have done a little much. That's all right, it doesn't matter. So, to make our double, look, we have Rice Krispie treat pixie dust in the air. So, because we're making our double batch, what's important and easy about this is half a stick of butter, half of a, let's see what our ounces are. Y'all probably don't even need to know this, but I'll tell you just for good. Oh, I tore it. Oh, a 1 pound bag. You know how those come. You want the 1 pound bag of the minis. And then we have a half of a bag of our Rice Krispie treats. Doesn't that make that so easy? So all we're doing is stirring this around like crazy and coating those in marshmallows. And then what we're gonna do, oh my goodness, y'all, this is one of those elbow grease. You know how these feel? You're trying to scrape them off the bottom and they're sticking like crazy and trying to get them good and coated. You may hear me grunt. Get your workout in before you dive into these bad boys, y'all. They're really rich. Oh, okay, here we go. So I think we're nice and coated. Yeah, we're good and coated. All right. Whew. All right. So I have got my good pan that we're taking our Baker's Joy and we're going to spray our pan. And this is important because we are going to double decker these and then flip them out of the pan so that they're in like a big, fun, square-like loaf. And then cut them that way. That way you don't have to cut them out of the pan. Plus, you know, Rice Krispie treats, they will kind of mash down and form however we want them. And so they're going to make this perfect little rectangle. Okay, I hadn't really thought about this in advance until just this second, but I'm going to have to lift this up and dump this out. So I'm going to go ahead and get it nice and loose and scraped. Because I'll be honest, when I made these at home, I had a little help from my people. So here we go. Ready? Here's my, here we go. Our lump of Rice Krispies. Oh, I'm tempted to leave every bit of that in there and eat it, but we won't. We need it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put that in there. And then here's the part I love. My mom used to make these when I was growing up. She was a Rice Krispie making lady. And I absolutely hovered and waited till the very end for that right there. You know that right there? It's what we all love. get a good little soup spoon where you can really scrape it off and lick that thing clean. I loved it. I love that she let me do that. But what's important that I'm going to do right now is rinse this, because we're going to do it again, okay? So I'm going to let that goop and that Rice Krispie soak off. This is really fun. I'm going to be back. I remembered I've got my little parchment sheets down here. I have these at Unimaze. They are fantastic. They are by King Arthur Flour, and they are these pre-cut parchment sheets that are really great, especially for this, because we are wanting to, I used these when we made lemon bars. I don't know if you remember that, when we had to press down our, like our filling down inside. Because see how sticky this is? There's no way in the world to get that pressed down in there without getting it all over your hands. So what I do is I give it a little bit of a press with my fingers to kind of spread it out and kind of use my little utensil here, but they're real loose right now. But what we want to do is lay our parchment sheet. Okay, so see how I've kind of got them in there? We're going to lay our parchment sheet down. Now, if I were to take my hands and go like this, I would come up and I would probably lift that whole sheet with me on my hands. But when you take your parchment sheet, I just give it a good little press down. We're wanting to pack it down because we're about to put 2 more layers. Do y'all love Rice Krispie treats? Do you know that we sell gourmet Rice Krispie treats at Unimaze? Fancy ones. S'mores ones, and cookies and cream, and chocolate drizzled marshmallows. I mean, all kinds. They are so fun. We have people come in with their kids a lot and get those. Okay, look at this. Look how perfect. Perfect. When we come back, you're not gonna believe what we're gonna do to the top of these. And I'm gonna get a second batch of Rice Krispie treats going. You're gonna love this. This is Cooking Today.
Iced tea, sponsored by Lipton.
Experience the local sounds, sights, and taste of the Fayetteville Farmers Market.
Do you know the producer behind your food?
What about how far away your food was grown?
Local to us means your food is harvested hours before traveling less than 60 miles to our market.
Enjoy music, chef demos, and special events while you shop for locally grown produce, meats, cheeses, flowers, artisan crafts, fine art, and more.
Visit us Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday on the square.
The Fayetteville Farmers Market, 100% local and loved.
Hi, welcome back to Cooking Today. It is our Mars candy episode. We are doing some really fun, over-the-top, crazy Halloween candy Rice Krispie treats for you to make with your kids. Now let's just talk about all of the fun things that you can do with this. Are you ready? Let me tell you what I'm working on, and then I'm going to tell you how fun, all the fun things. I have got about a dozen of the little Snickers. I have about 10 or 12 or so of the little Milky Ways. And I have, look at these baby Twix. I love these. I love these. I actually ate 2 of these when y'all weren't looking. Timmy ate a couple Snickers. We've all been comparing like how many of the candies we've snuck, because it's awful hard to be in here without eating the candy. So all I'm doing, you know, we've mashed down our 1 layer of Rice Krispie treats. And all I'm doing on these is just cutting them in half with my sharp knife and then separating them. Because you know, if you just run your knife like that and then throw them in there without kind of intentionally breaking them up, they're gonna stay stuck. So you do want to break them up. If you were not on a cooking show and you had a little more time to cut up your Snicker bars, you could actually just cut these down a little further, like if you wanted to quarter them or whatever. But we're just gonna cut them in half for now. Okay, so these Rice Krispie treats, y'all. Let's talk about all the fun things. You can make them. You can make them with your kids. You can eat them yourself, which, trust me, at least make a batch for yourself and then make some for somebody else. They are delicious. So you could make some for yourself. You can make them with your kids. They're so, so easy to make. You could, I'm gonna cut these Twix in thirds because they're kind of long. You could make them for your teachers, or make them, you know, make them for your youth pastor, or, you know, your favorite pediatrician that's been real sweet to your kids? Like, who could you make them for? You know, I'm all about, sorry, that one fell off the cutting board. You don't want to eat that one. I'm all about remembering people who have been really special to you or that you could say thank you to and sharing food with them so that they feel special. I also love to do I just love to share food all together for whatever reason. So really, this is a great one to make because your kids can get involved. So it's a really fun one to do, like I said, especially for school teachers or babysitters or somebody like that. So make the batch. My other favorite thing to do with them is to boo it forward. Do you know about the boo campaign? The boo campaign is where you make ooh, these are soft, Milky Ways. The Boo It Forward campaign is where have you ever been booed? Where you make a little basket of treats for someone. And then what you do is you sneak it to their front porch and you surprise them. And then you leave this little tag on there that says Happy Halloween or Yay for Fall or whatever. And then what happens is there are treats in that little, in your little basket or your gift bag or whatever it is. And you leave it on their porch. And then they have a little sign that they hang on their front porch that says, We've been booed. I mean, somebody's already thought of us. And so whoever receives the boo basket marks that they've been booed, treated, and then you're supposed to boo it forward. You go make your own basket of treats and give them out to somebody. And they get a sign that says, now we've been booed. Then that person passes it on and goes and buys a basket. And so you enjoy the treats when you've been booed, and then you go treat somebody else. Isn't that so fun? So I think these would be really delicious if you made these and you did a big fun orange platter or cute plate or something like that with them. And then you gave them to people. That'd be fun. Okay, so we have our chopped candy bars. I have got about a cup of, I think I have semi-sweet. It could be semi-sweet, it could be milk, whatever you want. Chips. This is super easy. We have done this so many times. All I'm going to do is stick this in the microwave for about a minute and let that melt down. And then just give that a good stir, because what we're going to do is on our first layer of our Rice Krispie treats that we mashed down, we're going to pour that delicious chocolatey goodness that we're melting down just with a little coconut oil. That's all it does. It just makes it really silky smooth and melt really well. We're going to do a drizzle and pour over our whole layer down here. Press candy bars, y'all, into the chocolate layer, and then we're going to mash down another whole layer of Rice Krispies on the top. It's like double-decker chocolate fabulousness. Isn't that so fun? That's going to melt. These are chopped. I'm going to stir in some Rice Krispies into my melted marshmallows when we come back. It's all going together. It's so good. This is Cooking Today.
Candy sponsored by Mars.
Hi, welcome back. We are wrapping up our Mars Halloween candy bar Rice Krispie treats. Double-decker, loaded with marshmallows. We're putting in a layer of our melted chocolate chips that we did with our little bit of coconut oil. And I'm just going to take the back of my little spoon here and give it a little spread. This is not precise, doesn't matter. That's why it's really fun to make with kids or grandbabies or whatever. Your husband, nothing too hard for him, right? Wouldn't these be fun to have at your house if you had grandkids coming over? Oh my word, they would never want to leave. Okay, so we have our layer of our chocolate. I told y'all. Our Snickers, our Milky Ways, our Twixes, and I'm just pushing those all around, spreading them out so every part has a little something. And then I'm going to do my press down really well. And then, are you ready for this? A little kosher salt. There is so much sugar in this that little bite of kosher salt is the best bite. And then finally, we're gonna do our layer of our Rice Krispie treats, our second whole batch. Remember, our second stick of butter, our second batch of marshmallows, all of it. We're gonna lay it down. We're gonna use our parchment trick to press it down and all over. And then these need to cool. And then once they cool, you flip the whole pan over and cut them into squares. You could give the pan as your boo gift. You could actually give these Rice Krispies, or look at this, a fun little cauldron. This was from Harps for $1.88, filled with marshmallows, the Rice Krispies, the bags of all of the stuff, and then you could even stick glow sticks and fake spiders and all kinds of fun little other treats in your boo basket. You can search online, Etsy, Google, Pinterest, whatever, for a little boo tag. I hope you'll try it. These are delicious. This is a really fun way to celebrate the Halloween season. This is Cooking Today.
Cooking Today, sponsored by West Rock Coffee Company. Kitchenware is provided by Una Mays. Groceries provided by Harps, Hometown Fresh. Online Elements sponsored by Fayetteville Farmers Market.